Welcome students. Today we are going to see about range function in Python. Already we have used this range function in for loop. Now we are going to use this range function in list. This range function is used to generate a series of values. This range function has the syntax range of start value, end value and step value. Start value means it is the beginning value and by default it may be 0. End value, it is the upper limit value and it has to be given with upper limit minus 1. It has taken as like that. And step value, it is for the interval and it is an optional. Next we will see the example for the range function. This example is about to generate a whole number up to 10. That is, we have given for x in range 1, 11. 1 is the beginning value and 11 is the ending value. But 11 ending value, it is upper limit minus 1. So 11 minus 1, 10. So 1 to 10 will be printed in this example. Here the range function has been used in the for loop. And in next example, we are using range function to generate a first 10 even numbers. Here we have given the start value as 2 and the end value as 11 and step value as 2. So the output of this program will be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Step value 2. So we are getting the interval of 2. So we are getting the answer as 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Next, we can create a list with a series of values. In the previous program, we have printed the output as 1 by 1. 2 first and then 4 and then 6 like that. It will be printed. But in this example, we can print the values as a list. Here we are using the range function. For this one, we are having the syntax list variable equal list of range. So in this example, even list equal list of range 2, 11, 2. As usual in the previous example, we are printing the same even numbers, but it is printed as a list 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And we are going to see about the list comprehensions. This list comprehension is used to create a sequence of elements. It is one of the simplest way for creating the sequence of elements. The syntax is list equal expression for variable in range. First we have to give the expression and then we are using the for loop with the range function. In this example, we are going to print the square. That is squares equal x star star 2. What is meant by star star? That star star is an exponent. That is x power 2. But in C++, for exponent purpose, we are using caret symbol. In Python, we are using double star. If single star is given, that is a multiplication. Double star means it is an exponent, that is power part. So x to the power 2, that is given as x star star 2. And range, the beginning value is given as 1 and the ending value is given as 11. So first the x value will be 1. 1 star star 2, 1 power 2, 1 will be the answer. So we are getting the output 1. Next 2 power 2, so 4. Next 3 power 3, 9, 4 to the power 2. Next, like that it is going on. So we are getting the output as 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, 81 and 100. So this list will be printed in a sequence of elements. Then some of the list functions available in Python are copy, count, index, min, max, sum, reverse and then we are going to see about first copy function in Python. This copy function returns the copy of the list. The syntax is list.copy. The example it is given is in list, the example given is 12, 12, 36. We are giving my list.copy and we are printing the x value. So the list will be copied and printed. Next, count function. This count function returns the count of the element which we are given. Syntax is list dot count of value. In this example, my list equal to 36, 12, 12 has been given. My list dot count of 12. How many 12s are there? It will be counted. How many it is there? 2. So the output will be 2. Next function, index function. This index function returns the index value of the first occurring element. Syntax is list dot index of element. Here my list equal 36, 12, 12. X equal to my list dot index of 12. So we are going to find out in which position the 12 will be. 12 will be in which position? First position. 0 position, 36 is there. First position 12. So the output will be 1. But it is in your book it is given as 0. That is wrong. Change that output into 1. So the output for this index example is 1. Next function is reverse function. This reverse function is simply reverse the element of the list. The syntax for the reverse function is list.reverse. See the example. My list equal 36, 23, 12. We are giving my list dot reverse. Immediately the list will be reversed. So we are getting the output as 12, 23 and 36. Then sort function. The sort function will sort the element in the list. What is meant by sorting? The elements may be arranged in a specific order. Either it may be in ascending order or descending order. See the syntax of the sort function. List dot sort of reverse equal to true or false, key equal to my function. These both arguments are optional. And if the reverse equal to true, if you are giving, means the sorting will be in descending order. But in default, it is in ascending order. Key equal to my function. That my function means it is the user defined function which can be specifies the sorting criteria. What function we have, what thing we are going to define that we can give. And one main important thing in this is sort will affect the original list. What list we are giving means if we are sorting, finally we are getting the sorted list. So it will affect the original table, that is original list. See the example for the sorting. My list equal Tilotama, Dharani, Anita, Sai, Sri and Lavanya. 5 names has been given. We are giving my list dot sort. So sort means by default it will be arranging the name in ascending order. So what will be the output? Anita, Lavanya, Sai, Sri, Dharani, Tilotama. So it is arranged in alphabetical order A, B like that. Next one, my list dot sort of reverse equal to true. If you are giving reverse equal to true, then it will be arranged in a descending order. So Tilotama will come first. Tilotama, Dharani, Sai, Sri, Lavanya and Anita will be printed. So like this the sort function will be working. Next function is an max function. This max function will return the maximum value as we have already discussed in this Python also. My list equal to 21, 76, 98, 23 is given. From this list it will give the maximum value. The output of this program will be 98. Next min function, it returns the minimum value, the same number we are taking. So from this the minimum value is 21. So finally we are getting the output as 21. Next is sum. Sum value will returns the sum of the value, that is 21, 76, 98 and 23 will be added together and we are getting the output as 218. So in this way we are using the sum function in Python. Let us see some other examples in Python. In this we have given a list as country equal India, Russia, Sri Lanka, China and Brazil. We are getting the input from the user. What country we are giving? The user is giving India. We are going to check whether the given string is available in the given list or not. So India has been given. It is checking if is member in country. So country India is there. So we are getting the output as India is the member of BRICS. And second input we are giving as Japan. It checks whether the Japan is available in list. Japan is not available in list. So we are getting the output Japan is not a member of BRICS. Let us see another example. This example will get the mark from the user and finally it displays the mark of a user and also the total. So mark we are in a list we have given, it is an empty list, nothing we have given. And in subject we have given the Tamil, English, Physics, Chemistry, Computer Science, Maths. And we are using the for loop. One by one we are getting the mark. So user can give the mark. First they are giving 45, 98, 76, 28, 46 and 15 as a mark for the subject. And we are adding the format of J plus subject of J and then mark. So we are getting the output as Tamil, that is the J Tamil is there, Tamil mark equal to 45, English mark equal to 98, like that it will be printed. And we are using the sum function, sum of marks. So the mark will be added, we are getting the output as 308. Okay, in this example we are getting the mark from the user and we are displaying the mark and also we are displaying the total marks also. So up to this we have completed the list. Tomorrow's class we will see about the tuples. Thank you.